Yes, good afternoon, Madam Mabazeme, and welcome to the show. Welcome to the US New Times. Today you are joining us again direct from the United States America, where I will be talking to you from Kigali. Eme, how are you today?
I am perfectly great. Thank you for asking.
Okay, fantastic. Eme, would you start your show by trying to briefly introduce yourself? Who is Eme, so that people know who they are talking to?
My name is Mbabazi Eme. I use pronoun of she, her. I am from Banyamulenge community from South Kivu. I was born in a place called Gahuna, Kiwageri. Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
Someone would want to know, is Eme married or she's not married?
Oh, yes, I am happily married.
Oh, that's great. So, Eme, as a young survivor, can you describe what it was like growing up in an environment where Tutsi families like yours were targeted simply because of your identity?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. It was a life filled with fear, anxiety. It was truly horrific. Growing up constantly being hunted like prey, witnessing my community, my family members being dehumanized for no reason was truly unbearable. So it was a hopeless life whereby we didn't have a hope of tomorrow. We didn't know like what can happen in the next minute. I watched my families, my community. Don't expect what will happen in the next, like if they will survive that night or that day. So it was truly hardest moment, painful existence imaginable.
Eme, would you be able to tell the world some of the horrific moments that you went through as a young Tutsi Congolese that you were once humiliated? Are you able to tell us or to narrate one or two things that you could remember?
Yeah, once when I was growing up, I remember being running into bushes to hide ourselves. I remember in school being bullied. We lost confidence. We couldn't, like with other students, we were being called names. So it was really hard. It wasn't a good it wasn't good experience when I was growing up. We used to be shy. We were oppressed. So yeah, it was not good.
Okay, thank you so much. And we continue with our show. Apart from the horrific moments that you remember, would you also be able to tell us that at least there's something good that you would remember from your homeland or what you miss?
Oh wow, I miss everything. Uh,
Yes.
Mulenge is where I come from specifically, and it is a blessed land. You know, the green, the people, everything was joyous, very uh, great. I miss milk. We used my family used
Fresh
to do
milk.
livestock and
Yes.
growing our own food. So, and we
Yes.
are Christian. That life, I miss it every moment.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Your
I'm hoping
parents.
today we will go back and things will go the way it used to, God willing.
Yes, hopefully that God willing things may change and you are given back your rights to go back to your homeland. Your parents witnessed neighbors, relatives being slaughtered. How has this trauma shaped your understanding of what it means to be Tutsi in Congo today?
Truly, what my family experienced and my community was beyond comprehension. Seeing my people being slaughtered like animals made me feel like to be born as a Tutsi is a crime. It's treated as a crime in Congo. So, despite us having done nothing wrong, I saw the entire Tutsi village being burned down, their livestock being butchered, children being bullied in school. So this has simply shaped my identity on understanding of identity and injustice.
After the thinking that it's a man out there living in the United States of America, but somebody would want to know if you still have some family members or close relatives who are still living in Congo, and how is their situation today?
Yeah, I do have family members who are living in Congo right now, and the situation is not good. They are being persecuted, they are being bombed. It's really bad. I'm calling for the international community. I'm calling for the whole world to stop watch people being killed. There's no life after death. They should take action and protect the Tutsi Congolese in general.
Madam Emme, you are currently in the United States of America, where we have the headquarters for the United Nations. United Nations was formed sometime back in 1945 after the Second World War, I think on the 24th of October 1945, and it was actually formed to make sure that it regulates and fights insecurity and the world war and all those other issues. As someone who is living on the same continent where these headquarters of United Nations are, what is your message to the United Nations who have continued to sit back and watch the Congolese Tutsis being victimized?
Thank you for that question. My message to the world today, or to the United Nations, back at this moment, I would like to say they have proven wrong to us. They have failed to protect us because they have been like horrific persecution, lynching, cannibalization for my community, and UN was there. For example, the cannibalization and lynching for Gatoyuni Munyabarenzi was one of the horrific cannibalization or lynching that happened by then, and they failed. The UN was there and it happened under their watch, but they didn't do anything. I would also say the brutal murder of Kaminzobe, Major Kaminzobe, Captain Rutakura, and other businessmen like Nayovergwa, who all were killed in silence, and international community were watching. Instead of speaking the truth, they just decided to speak the false narrative that serves the agenda of those who seek to eradicate us, the Tutsis. So I may say they should stop and take action, because the deed has been done, but they can start now and protect us and do something for those innocent who are being killed. As I said before, there's no other life after death. So this is the time they should take action. And I would also like to tell them that as a believer, we believe that we are with God, the creator of the universe, and he will never abandon us, no matter what, even if the world can abandon us, but we still have hopes that our God will save us. Thank you.
Yes, Eme, you have just mentioned the case of Gationi, is it Gationi
Mhm.
Munyarabarenzi being launched and carbonized in Mugunga.
Mhm.
Do you think that the world has abandoned the Congolese community at large? After that's just one case. You mentioned a few other cases. Just last week, we witnessed another huge mass killings in Minembwe, where FDR, in combination with the Burundian forces and Wazalendo, had to launch an attack on civilians, Tutsi civilians. They were killed today, just 3 days 3 days ago. What is your say? What is your message to the international community as well as to the United Nations and the superpower countries like America, France, and the UK?
Uh, what I can say on that still is the one I said previously. They should stop watching and take action, because what is happening is really sad. I remember like there was like how can this man, his name is Gisore, who died in plane crash, but they
Yes,
couldn't, yeah, in Uvira they couldn't let him be laid to rest in peace.
right,
May he
yes,
rest in peace. They refused him to be buried there. What his family experienced and all of us Tutsi Congolese is really bad or sad, refusing him not to be laid there only because of mentioning that he calling him names like he's a rantan, or and this man has been serving in the military of Congo, but they call him Rwandan and he cannot be laid there.
yes,
By the way,
yes,
we are not Rwandese. Even if they continue calling us Rwandese, we are not Rwandese, we are Tutsi Congolese. When the Congo existed as a nation, we were living in Congo. Our ancestors have been living to that land even before Congo existed as a nation. In 1885, during the
yes,
Berlin Conference, when they were cutting the borders, um,
yes,
the Banyamulenge or the Tutsi Congolese in general, we were living over there in Congo. So this is really false narratives. This is hate, discrimination, persecution. The Banyamulenge
yes,
or the Tutsi Congolese are facing is not supposed to be. Yeah. So
yes,
I'm calling for the international relation, not just to watch people being killed because they are killed. They are facing this persecution wrongfully. Thank you.
yes. We also witnessed the Wazalendo denying the appointed brigade commander, that's General Gasita, to be operating as one of the intelligence chief in Uvira because they suspected he's not a Congolese, but he's a Rwandese. What is your say of the current segregation in Congo?
Yeah, like I say, Gasita is a Congolese, full Congolese, and he's serving the country. He's in the military, actually. He has been sent by the government. So how can the government send someone and the rebellion refuse him? Wazalendo is a rebellion who just want to kill the citizens of the country. They are not like FARDC, like an army of the country. It's just a rebellion. How can they take action? So this I can take it to the government of Congo, who always watch and fail to protect its own people, to take action about this incident, because it's not understandable. It doesn't make any sense.
Eme, thank you so much. The Congolese government, specifically President Tshisekedi and some of his allies, call M23 fighters infiltrators, yet they are often the ones protecting civilians like your family. Do you see them as defenders of your community?
To answer this question, they don't call us only infiltrators. They call us many names,
Rwandese,
like
they call
Crocs
Rwandese also.
and many more. But I can just go like 30 years back, to give more deep explanation. Like the government in Kinshasa has a long history of discrimination. It didn't start today. In 1991, under the regime of Mobutu, my identity was questioned. And in 1996, his regime armed FDRL to massacre the Tutsi Congolese and leaving the survivors stranded in his camp. His successor, Laurent Desire Kabila, in 1998, incited this killing that led to the killing of Tutsi in Mudende. In 2004, his son Joseph Kabila, the former president of Congo,
Yes,
remained silent when the
yes,
Tutsi Congolese from Banyamulenge community were being slaughtered in Gatumba in Burundi.
yes,
The current regime continued the same hate, the same discrimination, calling us names like Rwandese, invaders, infiltrators, like you mentioned. Despite that, our ancestors has been living to this land even before Congo existed as a nation. So to answer
yes,
your question, I will say just M23, Twirwaneho, IFC, all of them, they are the sons and daughters of Congo who stood up to defend themselves, to protect all citizens of Congo, and especially those who are heavily targeted, uh, Tutsi Congolese, of course. Thank you.
yes. Actually, you mentioned something that is very important about calling you names, but we are not going to forget the fact that today, as we are speaking right now, the areas that are controlled by M23 together with AFC, the Congolese living in those parts that are rebel controlled are living happier and a safer life than those that are living in places like Ituri, those that are living in places like Uvira, where the government is still controlling. I think the world must understand this. Those living in Ituri are being victimized by ADF. ADF is also another group of a terrorist group that originates from Uganda. Eme, thank you so much for being with us. We continue with our interview. How did the hate propaganda labeling Tutsis as enemies or foreigners affect your daily life before you fled Congo? That is specifically the question directed to you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, these enemies, this labeling, these names, if I don't want to go into details about it, has affected us. Not even like when I fled, even today, it still affects me. It's a continuous journey, you know. It didn't stop because my people are being harassed. I'm not in my country. I'm not happy to not be in my country, you know. So it's a continuous journey we are still fighting. So this has deeply affected our daily lives. People live in constant fear. To teach children were bullied and they are still being bullied in school, which this has disrupted their education, of course, their self-esteem. Many have developed the feeling of inferiority, isolation, trauma, depression. In general, this has robbed our confidence and sense of belongings, if I may say so.
Madam Emem Babazi, we are talking to you direct from the United States of America. In case someone will just be joining our show who didn't get the introduction, Eme many Mirisha like FDR and Inyatura openly commit crimes against the Tutsi without punishment. What does it say about the DRC government when it fails to hold these killers accountable?
I will answer you this question with another question too. How can the government hold them accountable when they are the one who are supporting them? In
So
2022, yeah, true. In
yeah,
2022, Minister Muhindo Nzangi helped create the Wazalendo militia to attack Tutsi, and President Kisekedi empowered them to carry out this agenda. In 2023, Chisekedi even congratulated the Wazalendo groups, including Nyatura villages. Oh, sorry, Kisekedi helped congratulate the Wazalendo And this was an end, including the Palecho, Mai Mai, FDR, and many more, after they banned the Tutsi Dentulo villages and massacred the Banyamulenge civilian in South Kivu. So the truth is, if they were to be held accountable, our president, Mr. Kisekedi, and his government would first be held accountable for these crimes and these atrocities that has been going on.
From your perspective, do you believe that without the struggle of AFC M23, more Tutsi families would face discrimination?
Oh yes, 100%. Without IFC, without M23 or Twirwaneho, all the Tutsi Congolese have been, we should have been saving like the mass killings or extermination, because they are protecting us. So without them, the brutal plan for the Congo government to eradicate every Tutsi must be successful. So we are very grateful for M23, Twirwaneho, and IFC. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What message would you give to those outside Congo who remain silent even after evidence of lynchings and cannibalism has surfaced, more especially the Banyamulenge community who are living also in America, but they decide to keep quiet and see their relatives being cannibalized?
Well, silence has never stopped violence. What I can say is just everyone must rise and be the voice to the voiceless. The UN slogan, Never Again, is being put into the test because history is repeating itself. My message to the world today, whether you choose to speak up or you choose to not speak up, what I've learned is that freedom is earned, not given. Thank you.
Um, Eme, as someone who escaped hate ideology, how do you think young Congolese like yourself can heal and rebuild hope with the support of those fighting for justice and protection?
We, the youth, must promote unity because unity is power, love, and reconciliation among all Congolese. But more than that, we must back up those who are giving their lives, those who are risking their lives to save us, by backing up what they are doing, not just like through the words, but through the action, by building infrastructures like hospitals, schools, and speaking against bad corruption or bad governance. I believe the healing will come through the action and unity.
I know there's too much corruption in Congo. There's too much embezzlement of government resources. There's too much bad governance in Congo. We have witnessed, we have seen the collaboration of the Congolese forces with the terrorist group, a genocidal group of FDR. We have also seen them trying to protect them from being prosecuted. What is your advice to the Congolese government for shielding the criminals who are in FDR?
My advice to the bad governance, or my advice to the whole Congolese, the whole community, all the citizens of Congo, is to stop the killings. I would like to tell all the Congolese, let us get united. Our land, our motherland, Congo, needs us. We don't have to fight. We should live happily in harmony without fightings. So we've experienced and we've learned what the war can be. Enough is enough. They should stop and teaching about unity and reconciliation so that we all can live happily, and they should stop injustice.
Yes. As we get close to the end of our exclusive interview with you, I want to ask you the last question. Looking at the suffering of your family, the family endured, do you believe the M23 struggle represents not just a rebellion, but a fight for survival, dignity, and the right to exist for Congolese Tutsis?
I would answer that by saying that this struggle is about survival, dignity, and the right to every Tutsi and every Congolese to live freely in their own country. So they are not a rebellion on my own understanding. They are just the fight for survival. If they don't stand up, many people are being at the stake of being killed or persecuted. Yeah.
I thank you so much, Madam Emem Babazi, for joining us today on the US New Times. This was the episode where we have exclusive interviews with different social media influencers who have to add the voice to the suffering of the community, the Tutsi community back in Congo. Today we had Emem Babas, direct from the United States of America. Emem, we thank you so much and hope to have you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much and welcome. Hope to have you soon again.
Bye.
Bye bye.